Thank you for choosing our Patio Heat channel. I'm Steve. We provide tips and information to extend the enjoyment of your patio project. Our videos give you a knowledgeable overview prior to investing in your outdoor heating equipment. Whether you are a professional or owner-builder, we provide specific details for optimum heat coverage for your application. Post a comment or question, or for developed visual designs, send your request into designs@patioheat.com. We're here to work with you. For over 30 years, patio heating is the bedrock of our business, expressing what works best. Now let's get heating. Okay, so if you've watched our channel, you probably noticed a video that looked very similar to this one here. And I just want to say that we're more than willing to work on all of our applications here. The important thing is the dimensions of the structure is very useful as far as the placement of the patio heaters themselves, and the area that you're looking to heat is also very vital. So in this particular application here, we have these two locations here that they are looking to heat up, and the drawing that we had before was slightly different, but now we can come up with a even nicer application for this particular project. So let me go ahead and just get into some of the information. So we have new information in reference to the structure here. You can see here we have about a 16-foot portion from here to here. We have this section from this post out here to inside wall at 12'4", and then the other post here we have at I have it at the inside here. This one is at the outside, but I have it at 14'7" and 1/4 inch from right there. The distances now that we have between the ceiling joists here is 2 foot center to center, and I have these joists at they're considered 2 inch by 10 inch, but I usually put them down to this 1 1/4 to 9 3/4. Sorry, 1 3/4 by 9 3/4. And then you can see that the distance that we have between these beams or these ceiling joists are 1 foot 10 1/4 inch. Very, very important information. Other than that, you know, we have a 40-foot section here. I think this is going to be 30, what was that, 32 feet, roughly. Let me just move this up here so we can see it a little bit better. Yeah, 32 feet. We have a couple of, let's see if there's anything else here that we really want to see. This dimension here is from the old structure, so I'm going to go ahead and just remove these two here. Whoops. Let's get this one here. And this distance here, we're going to remove that as well. Yeah, there's some more old pieces of information on here. Sorry about that. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at what we can do for this application. Oh, we should also mention, you know, the height is one of the most important things about what type of heater to use. So that's an important piece of information, 8'6", and that's about it. So let me go ahead and turn that off, and we're going to look at a couple of different options. So this is going to be an option that is going to be similar to what we had spoke about before. And what I have here is 4,000 watt units. Now, with this added distance that we have now, the 24-inch center to center on these ceiling joists, we have clearances now. So that's why I'm talking about it being so important. So the clearances above the heater itself is 6 inches from this point up, and 6 inches on left, right, front, and back on these particular units. And what I've done here is I've just taken a wooden bracket and placed it from this, you know, point here to this point here, and lined it up to where I want this particular mounting bracket right here. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the clearances here below, and you can see that I just formed this wooden piece, and you'd have to make this an exact height for the heater, so that the heater itself is exactly at the same height as the bottom of the beam itself, or ceiling joist here. And that's going to be true on all 4 units that I'm going to show here in just a minute. This particular model, these are the slimline 4000 watt units. You can move the bar here through this groove. So if you wanted to, have it hidden a little bit more, you could slide it to the left or right slightly. There is a maximum and minimum that you can do that to, so you'd have to look at the manual for that. But yeah, you can see that I have these at, I believe it's 8 foot center to center, and then I have these 2 units pushed to the right 12 inches further than these over here. Now this particular client can access the exact dimensions that I have here in just a little while, but yeah, let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat that we have with these. So with these 4,000 watt units, we have a footprint of heat that would pretty much cover the spots that they're looking to heat up. So before, let's see if I have this on here, dimensions. I believe this was going to be an 8 by 12 foot section here. I'm going to have to post that on here real quick. And so here to here, we have that at 12 foot, and from here to here it should be 8 foot here. Yes, and so that's the actual space that they're looking to heat up, and you can see that I can kind of centered it within the span of the seating positions here. But I think with the 4 units it would heat up very well, and just depending on where you physically are, you may wish to put a hotter unit in there. And so let's go ahead and look at what that would be. I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and let me just mark these off as well, and then go ahead and turn off these areas to be heated. And then also we'll take this unit off here, and we'll look at a different option. And these are going to be uniquely, I should say, these are going to be the CD6024. So these are dual output units, and they're in the same location, 8 foot center to center, and these ones are off to 12 inches to the outside edge than these over here. But you can see that the intensity is built for a higher intensity in the particular area. Now I didn't build the bracket on this here, but these heaters are at the same elevation as the bottom of the beam here, and so you just have to, these are fixed locations as far as the brackets are concerned. But yes, you could just take that same piece of beam, or even a steel tubing, square tubing, and place it from here to here for those locations. But this would be a lot hotter of a unit for an application where maybe it's a cooler application, and also where maybe you have a little bit more wind. And yeah, I would recommend this as opposed to the other, if that is the situation. Let's go ahead and look at the clearances here. I didn't show the clearances below on the other, but from here to here 6 inches. The heater itself is 8 inches wide, and then from here to here 6 inches. So there's all the clearances being met with those dimensions that I showed before, the 24-inch center to center on the ceiling joist here. So let's go ahead and look at that clearance that I was talking about before, or below. And what that is down below the heater you need 36 inches, and 18 inches from the edge of the heater here to the outer sides on all 4 sides. You can see we have 18 inches of clearance, so we are meeting all clearances that we need to, and we also are providing the ability to place in the hottest, warmest unit, I should say, where you could actually put a control system on this and dim this down and up depending on what the temperature is and how you like that temperature during the day. With 4 of the 6000s, you would have to have 4 control independent controls on these. And with the 4000s that I showed before, I'm gonna just pop that up real quick. With these, you could have 2 zones hooked together, and you could dim them both together. But on the 6000s, you'd have to have independent. So just a side note for that information. But again, if it was my place, I'd probably prefer having that higher output if I have the power available for a system like this. But you'd have to make that final decision. And again, here's the coverage area on a 6000 watt at this elevation, that 8'6", you're going to get about a 10-foot throw from left to right here, and about a 9.5-foot throw from left to right here. And that's going to be about the same true with the slimline, the SL 4024 model, because of the height. Another thing, just in case you don't know, is this is infrared light waves. So infrared light waves, if we think about the sunlight, if we are on a day that's say 65 degrees and we're here in the shadow of the structure itself, we're not going to feel the warmth of the sun, and so we might feel a little bit cooler. But if we came out here into this grass area where the sunlight's hitting, we would feel the warmth of the sun, and at that 65-degree day we would feel much warmer. Well, the same is true with the Infratech infrared light waves. And what it is if you're in that light wave itself, which is invisible to the human eye, the light, but if you're in that light wave, you will feel the warmth. But if you're outside of that light wave, let's say you're standing over here, you are not going to feel the warmth. These heaters don't heat the air, they heat mass. So you have to be into that mass, or that light wave itself, in order for your body to feel that warmth, just like if you were in the sunlight itself. So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like to have us review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube does not support our channel unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers. We truly appreciate you doing that. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day.